Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel, finally. Just got a brand new mic. Thought I'd test it out on this clip. This is a couple races ago. It is a manufactured race. It's at Tokyo Expressway, the South Inner Loop. Never raced on here before. It's 12 laps. Could have had a better qualifying session, but tell you more about that later. Let's get started. As of any race I've ever started, there's always some fool that doesn't know how to brake his car going into a very high speed straight to a slow speed corner, and you're going to see this on this lap. Getting back to the qualifying, I probably would have qualified probably in the top 5 or 6 if it hadn't been for a Corvette who's in position 11 right now, who happened to be in my way on my hot lap. Coming into the corner, we're going to go into a double right, and here comes a Lamborghini, which hits me, causes me to go sideways. I'm on cold tires. We're using, I believe, mediums right now. Eventually switch to softs, and that caused me to lose the front group, which is that top 8 in front of me. The guy just did not get on the brakes enough and slid right into the back of me. It's always something, but we'll see if we can't make it work. So this track is all about slipstream and strategy more than anything else. Slipstream, you can see that since I don't have that group in front of me, I can't draft the cars in front, and the guy behind me is the guy who ruined my qualifying lap, so not happy about that guy. Coming around this fast right-hander, we're going to be hard on the brakes, and I'm just trying to play it safe because my tires aren't fully warm yet. But as you can see, this NSX is coming up. He's trying to late brake both of us, and I'm not going to push the issue. He tapped me a little bit, caused my rear end to come out from underneath me, and he got a better run coming out of the corner. So I'm going to get actually behind him, going to the next couple sequence of corners. Being at night, and we will switch to an in-car camera shot around lap 9, because it gets pretty intense. But this whole race is pretty much me and this NSX fighting to get to the front group as I'm checking the guys behind me to see what tire strategy they're on while I'm watching the replay. Alright, back to me. So, I've always been involved in these unfortunate instances where, somebody doesn't, brake in time, don't hit their marks right, whatever it may be. I mean, that's racing. As you can see, I'm getting back around the NSX. Tires are starting to really warm up now, so I'm starting to get a lot more grip. Fuel's starting to burn off. But anyway, it's not like I'm a saint. I've done the same thing, but being a star ranked player, and a lot of the people I'm racing against are too. You see the NSX is trying to come up the inside because we're getting ready to go back into that double right-hander. See if I can't undercut him. Anyway, being that this is a star player, most of the people I'm racing against are star players, and it takes a long time to get there, and you got to be invited to do that. You would think to be able to handle the cars. You can see the NSX actually chopped some of the corner and went off the track, so he got a half-second penalty, which he will not have to do until the next lap. And half a second at these speeds really isn't a lot, but we'll see. I just set the fastest sector time. But anyway, I digress. I'm just constantly fighting other people's mistakes, and a lot of it has to do with qualifying farther up. Most of the time, if you qualify farther up, you don't deal with other people. And going into this hard braking, I should have gone on the inside, but I didn't. But the thing is, I'm just trying to play it safe and not get into any kind of accidents. But anyway, back to what I was saying. If you don't qualify farther up, you're usually back in the pack with, they're S drivers. Some are A+, but they just don't. I don't know. They think they're gonna win the race in the first lap. It's not happening. One of the races that I will show probably a clip of in a couple videos, maybe the next one, is that I got taken out. I started actually second or third, and going into the first corner, I got taken out by 15th place. 15th place just totally hit the braking, and it was just like an accordion effect. So anyway, stuff happens. It is what it is. Now back to the race. Alright, so we're on lap 3. I'm still staying with the NSX. I'm starting to notice something on the back bumper. He has a picture of the painter Bob Ross. So I'm sure he put that on there to distract people. As you can see, he's starting to get ready to get to the section where he has to serve his penalty, and I'm trying to keep as close as I can to him, which is right after this section, going up the hill. And since we're not going that fast, half a second was enough for me to get past him again, and that was about it. As you can see, that Corvette has got another penalty too, but you have to serve it till the next lap. So even though I'm ahead of the NSX, trying to chase 8th in that front group, which they're not too far away, I'm not in anybody's draft. So NSX is gonna just eat my lunch here pretty soon, and I've just got to try and hold my line, be safe about it, but also at the same time I'm trying to find out where the pit entrance is, because I'm gonna have to pit eventually. And I forgot when I did the practice, you don't really start out in the pits. As you can see, NSX is gonna outbrake me going the inside, and I lost the rear end, so he was able to get around me. So I think it downshifted too much. The Corvette's trying to get past too, but he's got a penalty to make, which is gonna be right. It's gonna be probably the back half of this next lap. So anyway, I'm looking for the pit entrance, and when I started the race, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta make a pit, and I have no idea where the pit entrance is. It's actually, if you look at the map of the track in the top right-hand corner, it's right there by the lap counter. So it's that double, that hard right. I'm sorry, it's at the top right of the track, so my mistake. So that hard hairpin, that's where the pit entrance is, but I didn't figure that out until like a lap before I was the pit, so I was kind of getting wigged out a little bit, worrying about if I was going to hit the pits or not. And it's kind of hidden. So anyway, the race really is between me and this NSX and trying to catch that top group. The NSX is a great handling car. He looks like he's getting off the corners just a little bit better than me, but it's got a squirrely rear end. So, all right, here we go. Hard braking, going back down to that double right-hander, and then to another, then a double left, triple right-hander actually. Now here comes the penalty box where the Corvette's going to have to do his half second, which he did, so that gives me a little bit of breathing room. And this battle is really, really intense. I mean, if you've watched any of my videos before, I'm just trying to put as much pressure on the guy in front of me to make him make a mistake. And now I'm trying to, like, alright, we're on lap 4. This fast right-hander goes into a hard braking hairpin again. And this is exactly coming up where actually the pit entrance is going to be. And I should go into the inside, but I know when I really cut it sharp, like right here, I should be on the inside. He's trying to cover the inside at the same time. So I'm like, alright, let him outbrake itself. I shouldn't go around the outside, it's the long way around. I lost a little bit of ground. It's alright. I'm still in his draft. As you can see, number 12 right there is coming out of the pit, so pit entrance is right around that hairpin. It really is a cool track, being at it's street course technically, but it's just so high speed that any kind of screw up hitting the wall like that other car just did, you lose some time. So it's just, you can't lose time on high speed courses like this. So the front pack, 8th and above, they're not too far away. If you look at the track map, of course, top 3 are a good ways away from me. But if I can get into the top 5, I'd be really happy about it, especially with the back qualifying. I've raced the guy who I'm chasing the NSX before, but I've never had him where it was him and I pretty much nose to tail. Here's that triple right-hander. Just, it's really tricky because how you getting penalties, and where he got a penalty before and that Corvette did was right here. Or if you grab too much track and get your tires off that curb or past the curb, that's when you usually get a penalty. If you hit the walls too, you'll get a penalty if you don't damage your car. And you see I'm right on his tail. He just scraped the wall a little bit. So my best bet really is to take him into this hairpin. So it's just full throttle through the tunnel. And we got that really quick right-hander coming up. One left-hander, then a right. And I should be lining up for the inside right now. And he's just covering it. So, but there's a big opening right there. I can shoot over to the right, but then I'm compromising myself to either hit him, and and there goes another guy into the pits. If I went into the inside there, I probably would have overshot it, and he would have undercut me anyway. So I'm hoping when we get to the pit stop, and I have to get onto the softs, I can beat him out of the pits. If he pits differently than me, then just try to have a really good in lap, which is the lap before you go into the pits, so I can actually get in front of him when I come back out. As you can see, I'm faster than him. I mean, in the draft, of course, but I'm making a move now. Let's see if I can't get ahead of him in front of the first corner. We're going into lap 6 now. Ew, and then I had to let off, so it looks like he was trying to make a move. Couldn't. He's getting back in my draft. And we're heading towards that hairpin, which he loves to outbrake. And I'm almost enough to where I'm starting to get the draft of that car in front of me, which I believe is an Aston Martin. And you see he's gonna try and outbrake me again. Try not to not let him hit me. And he was able to get on sip. Oh! Side by side, just trying to stay ahead, just couldn't. Gonna go back and tuck back behind him. Now this was the first race of the night for me, but it was like the third race in. Usually, like I said before in my other videos, I've got to get enough points to improve on my averages. But when you have bad qualifying spots, unless something really happens, I'm all over him here, then I don't really make up for the points average that I need when I have a mediocre finish. So, oh, you can see. So if he was going to go in the pits, I was blocking the pits, so I might as well just go in now. So, going to the pits, going to put soft tires on. This is the only pit in the whole race, and I got a fuel. So, being it's high speed, you burn up the fuel really quick, and I forgot how fast the fuel was actually set, where it was burning off faster than normal. But I'm almost going to tap it off, not enough. Now I know he hasn't pitted yet, so right now this is now my out lap. And there's that Corvette. I don't know what he's doing. Looks like a little bit of glitch. Guy here ruined my qualifying. So right now I got to have a good outlet. I got soft tires on. Just got to get them warmed up. It'll take a couple corners to do it. And I'm assuming the NSX is going to go in the lap that I'm on right now, but he's half a lap ahead of me. And hope I jump him on the pit stop. And that lap I went in on the pits was actually my best lap so far, that 205. Oh, just scraped the outside wall. Coming around to that triple right-hander into a double left. There's one. There's two. Three. Left, left. It's more like a dog leg. Changing the video, going to variable, see if we have different camera angles. Corvette is all over the place. And there's that Lamborghini who hit me on the first lap, who knocked me away from the top group. So maybe karma is getting ready to bite him. Alright, we're coming up on the fast right-hander, leading up to actually that hairpin where it's just the pit entrance, so I'm assuming the NSX is actually pitting. Just got to get it around, make it tight. Keep it hugging around. That's the line I want to have. It's the fastest line around. And hopefully, and there's the NSX. He just pulled out and did exactly what I thought I was going to do, which is jump him. But it's not enough to keep him out of my draft for the moment. And right now, I'm trying to go as fast as I can so I can at least break that draft. Because he's on cold tires, my tires are fully warm. I've got an advantage now, and I've got to do everything I can to break it. It looks like I'm screwing it up. As you can see, I went too fast. Get on the throttle earlier, was not able to hold it, and switching the camera angle back, and I ended up getting a second and a half. So what I was talking about hitting the wall before and you get a penalty, there it is. So my advantage, this is my screw up, I'm the one that screwed it up. My advantage of breaking that draft from that NSX so I can chase down that front group just went out the door because I tend to screw up and get excited and put the throttle on earlier when I should have gone through that corner. And I knew I was quicker, but yeah. And now I have to serve a penalty, which is going to completely screw up my strategy because those two cars behind me are going to go by. Unless they decide to take themselves out, but don't see that happening. So here it goes. I got to serve the penalty now. And all that strategy just went out the window. Alright, back on the throttle. Tucked behind the Corvette. Now I'm kind of driving a little bit of anger. Knowing that I'm bad at myself. Totally screwed that up. And, but gotta regroup. Anything can happen in these races. And not happy that the guy who screwed up my qualifying lap is in front of me now. But we'll see. Maybe he's going to the pits now. Hard braking. I've got my brake bias more to the rear. Right, he's not pitting, so but I was able to outbrake him, get a little bit closer, stay in his draft. Lap 9, I believe, at the 134 mark, we're going to switch to the in-car camera because it's pretty much going to be nose to tail to who I'm racing against. Okay, I'm going to make a move here. Saw that he was going to take the proper line. I'm not. We touched just a tiny bit. I didn't hit him. He should have got off the gas. We touched going into the corner, but he should have lifted because he knew he was going to make it. And he hit the barrier, which allowed me to get to the next place, which that's clean racing. He saw me make a move. He should have just, you know, tried to hold the line, but you know you're going to run a room. But here's the thing is that he didn't get a penalty whatsoever hitting the wall. Probably because we touched a little bit, but it wasn't enough that would have knocked him into the wall because I would have got the penalty if it really was my fault. So the NSX guy is probably going, oh crap. Here he comes again. Now, my only worry part here is that he has one lap fresher tires than me. I don't know what the fuel he has, but right now it really doesn't matter. It's more about the tires. As the fuel load burns off, the car is going to get lighter and it's going to get better handling. But right now, I'm trying to conserve my tires, but be aggressive at the same time. If that makes sense. Alright, fast right-hander going to the hard hairpin where the pin entrance is. Oh, gonna try it inside, but thought better of it. Gonna go back around. Making him think that I was gonna probably try an inside move and he would screw up his line, but no such luck yet, so I'm gonna keep trying. Now let's go to in-car camera. Alright. So now you're gonna get a bird's eye view inside the car of exactly what this looks like at this speed. And as you can see, I was talking about Bob Ross. If you look on the back of his bumper, he's got a picture of Bob Ross right there. And I'm trying not to look at it and laugh. Good distraction there. Alright, starting lap 10. A little bit of rubbing going on, but nothing that Nothing that's gonna cause a penalty. Alright, here comes that triple right-hander. He's covering it a little bit. I've got to avoid him. Try to take the longer way around and then maybe cut back in. Quick left. Right-hander. Now we're going to go into the tunnels. Thought I'd go and I had to downshift, overcooked it. He was able to undercut me again. I know where I'm faster, besides for being in the draft. It's this section coming up. These long right, left, right-handers. Well, not really there. Right here, here, and then this next left-hander coming onto the start-finish line. Of course, if I was right on him, I'd be able to do that same move that I did on the Corvette, which is what I'm thinking about doing on this lap. If I don't get in front of him on another part of the track. I don't know if you noticed that actually the group in front of us are not far away. I can see them just going into the tunnel. There they are. There's like 3 or 4 spots right there. So that tells me they actually started on softs because we're catching them, and they're finishing the race on mediums. Quicker. She just can't make it happen. But he cut the track a little bit, so now he has a half second. So, alright, so I'm going to lead into this. So, the next lap, which is the last lap, is when I want to get past him finally. And I know we'll be closer to the group in front of us because we're catching him. So, unless he makes a mistake here, it's probably going to happen when he actually serves the penalty. Hey, Barb Ross. So, that's my play. As soon as hopefully the guys in front of us are a little bit closer, but when he serves that penalty, I'll make up that spot and then maybe one more before the end of this race. You can see there's 3 spots right there. Oh, he made a mistake, and then my rear end came out from underneath me, so I lost traction, so I was able to get away. So that wasn't good, but we're not ready to for him to serve his penalty yet. So I got time to catch back up, and that front pack is getting closer. Tires are kind of starting to lose their grip. But now he has the draft of that front group, so I don't have that advantage anymore. My only advantage is out braking him into the next couple corners to make up some room. Alright, final lap. So I'm going to let you watch this and enjoy. So what happened there was I got caught out by a slower traffic, so my plan to get past the NSX when he served his penalty, which he just did, backfired, and I pushed that Subaru, whoever it was, passed him, which he just passed. So I have no choice but to pass him before the end of this race now, without the penalty. So, and I'm getting tired of looking at Bob Ross. I'm not worried about the fuel. Got plenty of fuel to get to the end. All right, I'll brake him. Then start to cut in, cut in, cut in. Oh, no, I hit him, which caused my car to lose traction. And now it's going to be really hard to make any kind of headroom. So unless he makes a move for that car in front of him or those two, I probably don't have a way of getting around. So just going to stick with it. Hitting that Subaru was the exact same thing in the exact same place of the track. What happened to me with that Corvette when I qualified. He was in the way. He was on a slow lap, didn't see me coming, and screwed up my lap. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to post more videos soon this week. See you next time. Peace.